Okay, lead game, I won't say much more, I'll just get the cockroach up to walk us through the afternoon's proceedings, which wasn't very pleasing from him and the players, but I know Tony will tell us more. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Marbles. Firstly, thanks to the supporters that are supporting us and have come back tonight after a very disappointing performance, and particularly over the last couple of weeks, and it's great to see you sticking by us. And something that I keep imploring on the players that's very, very important, that we need to give you some joy as well, and we really appreciate your support, what you put into the footy club, and I know our players will work extremely hard over the ensuing weeks to turn our situation around. De Bruyne doing an excellent job now, and it's just great to come along. It's refreshing to come along and watch the Colts and watch the way they go about their work. And great to see you up here, boys, all the trophy winners. And there is certainly a pathway and a career path for you guys should you continue on with your impressive form. And while we're on it, and I'm not looking to digress or make excuses, but one of the things with this football club and what we're deciding, and the decisions that we've made more recently, is to work with our metropolitan, our zoned areas, and specifically in the areas of educating our coaching group and getting them up to a higher level so that they can in turn pass on to the players within our zoned areas. And that's our major focus. That's the direction that this footy club will go in over the next few years. And I'm sure that we all talk about the fancy words of sustainable success. I'm sure that will give it to us, and it'll be sustainable, and we'll have our own local product kids coming through our ranks. And as I said to you young guys, the opportunities are there for you, and I know the reserves put in a disappointing performance today, but there's a number of those players too that are deserving of an opportunity, and we'll get those in the coming weeks as well. On our performance today, particularly disappointing. It's very, very hard to take when you go down, unspirited, if there's any such word. I just thought that the tradition of this football club and what we've been built on, it really eats your guts, it eats your heart out, that when we go out and we're really not playing with the spirit that we need to be playing with, or we certainly didn't display that at times, or for the majority of times today. And when you've got that situation in a football team, it's something we need to address. And it was pleasing at different times. There were patches where we did address it in the third quarter, I thought, in the game against Clermont the week before. But we've got to really make sure that over the coming weeks we've got to have a strong focus on making sure we get off to better starts than what we do. And I think our planning for this particular game was very, very good, and we identified players on the opposition that we needed to address, and unfortunately players that were given roles and responsibilities to do that weren't either up to it or didn't accept the challenge, and that was disappointing as well. So there's quite a bit to work on over the next few weeks, and we'll certainly continue to do that on the training track. I still have the utmost confidence in, I believe, I have a wonderful coaching group supporting me, and we'll keep making sure that we work with the players to get to the levels we need to. I suppose on a positive note is that if you look back at this time last year, we were in exactly the same position. Exactly the same position. We play our 10th game next week. We make sure that we win that. We finish up going in 3-7. Same position we were going into the back half of the year. We won 7 games in the back half and just missed the final. So it's imperative again. It's another grand final again for us next week, but mathematically we're still a chance of making the finals, and I'll never lose sight of that fact, and I'll never keep striving to attain that. So hopefully the player group will see that and remain positive and work extremely hard over the next 7 days. We play West Perth up at Joondalup, so again I've got no doubt you people will be here. Hopefully bring along a lot of friends, and let's get behind this group. And I know that the group around us tonight and in this room tonight have a responsibility to repay your supporters. So let's make sure we turn this situation around. Getting on to our awards.
Only get it when you win.